Okay, here we go. Massive changes just hit Ontario's housing market, and almost nobody understands what it actually means yet. Bill 60 just passed, and it includes some of the biggest updates to landlord-tenant rules, development rules, and housing approvals that we've actually seen in years. So if you own a rental property, you manage tenants and you're a property manager, or you want to actually invest into the market and get a multiplex or get a rental property, or you just live in Ontario, this affects you. So today I'm going to break down what exactly Bill 60 is, what changed, and how this could impact the real estate market in 2025. Welcome to the channel. My name is Alex. I help people all across Ontario on the mortgage side of things, and on the real estate side of things, I help people buy and sell in Oakville and invest in multiplexes all over the GTA. If you want to have a chat, just click the link and go directly into my calendar. All right, let's get into Bill 60, the Fighting Delays, Building Faster Act 2025. It passed on November 24th, 2025, and it touches everything from landlord-tenant rules to development timelines to new powers for province-wide water and wastewater services. Like, it goes on everything. Sounds boring, but trust me, it's not. And if you own real estate in Ontario, these changes actually matter. What is Bill 60? Bill 60 is a housing bill, essentially. Think of it as a huge package of many changes bundled into one law. And the government says the goal is to do the following. 1, fight delays. 2, build housing faster, and we'll see if that happens. 3, speed up approvals. 4, clear backlogs at the Landlord-Tenant Board. 5, support transit-oriented developments. Go watch my Oakville development videos. This bill amends many existing laws and even creates new ones. But the parts most relevant to you, landlords, homeowners, and investors, comes from the changes to the Residential Tenancies Act and to the planning development sections. So here's the big changes for landlords and tenants. Let's start with the part everyone's talking about, the changes affecting the Landlord and Tenant Board. 1, the appeal window is reduced. Tenants now have only 15 days, not 30, to appeal certain orders, and this makes eviction decisions stick faster. 2, evidence rules are tightened, so tenants can no longer show up at the Landlord-Tenant Board with brand new evidence at the last minute, unless they give prior notice and pay a portion of the claim up front. So here's an example. Let's say the landlord is claiming that the tenant is not paying their rent. The tenant needs to pay 50% of that amount before introducing new defenses on their behalf. This is meant to stop delays, but expect pushback from tenant advocates. There's probably going to be a huge uproar. Third one is faster eviction timeline for non-payment tenants. So in some scenarios, the notice for a non-payment is reduced from 15 days down to 7 days. And this is one of the biggest changes for landlords dealing with chronic non-paying tenants. And unfortunately, there are tenants out there that just don't pay, and it sucks when you have them as a landlord. Landlords' own use changes. So traditionally, landlords had to pay tenants 1 month's rent compensation if they were moving into the unit. Bill 60 removes that compensation requirement in some cases. Now, this is a major implication for small landlords and investors who need flexibility. Let's talk about the development changes in this bill, because these will absolutely impact long-term pricing and the supply-demand balance. So 1, the transit-oriented development. The Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing can now designate land around transit stations as transit-oriented community lands. Go check out the Oakville video. This is what it means in plain English. There's going to be faster approvals, less municipal red tape, more higher density projects near the GO station, subway lines, and LRT, just like the OPA 70 in Oakville. But this matters in places, like I said, like Oakville, like Burlington and Mississauga and Toronto, near those hubs. It also strengthens provincial power in the housing approvals. Bill 60 gives the province more power to override municipal delays, force agreements, push larger developments through quicker, and this could be a good thing or bad thing depending on your perspective, but it will speed things up. The third one is the new Water and Wastewater Public Corporations Act. So Bill 60 actually creates a new law that allows Ontario to designate corporations, public or private, to take over water and sewer services from municipalities. The idea here is this: consolidate operations, modernize infrastructure, and speed up development approvals tied to servicing capacity. This is a huge structural change. So what the hell does this mean for today's market? Okay. 1, For landlords and property managers, it means you can have faster eviction timelines, more predictable hearings, fewer procedural delays, stronger control when tenants stop paying their bloody rent, and possibly more turnover for personal use evictions. So if you manage multi-units, this may improve your overall cash flow stability. For investors, a clear path to refinance and reposition buildings, less risk of problem tenants dragging out on these hearings. You get more confidence when underwriting your deals. And this could bring investors back into the multiplex market as of, early Q2 2026. For all of you developers out there, this does mean faster approvals for more high density zoning near transit. So all you big developers out there, this is great for you. Greater certainty with municipal bottlenecks, let's say, and expect a wave of new applications in 2026 near GO stations all across the GTA. For all you tenants out there, one, just pay rent, but you will have more advocacy, possible legal changes, increased media coverage. This tension will affect public perception of the rental housing market in Ontario. Here's my honest take. Bill 60 will change Ontario's rental market functions. For landlords, it will bring more structure and speed and predictability, which is something the system really desperately needs at this point. Because let's face it, the landlord-tenant board is awful. It's slow. You never know if you're going to get a tenant out. But for all you tenants, this introduces new pressure points for you. And that means you need to have good communication with your owner or your property manager. And it's more important than ever just to pay your damn rent. But for developers, this is a green light to get building again after years of frozen activity. So if you're thinking of buying a multi-unit or investing in 2026, click the link in the description and book a call with me directly in my calendar, and we can kind of go through the options and talk about Bill 60 because it is huge news. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button. Drop your comments below about Bill 60, and if you have questions, I'm going to try to answer them. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.